Las Vegas, Nevada, foreclosure city.
A thing that we predicted that happened at the time people thought was out there was the $1 Million Massacre. This was, I believe, 2008, 2009. The housing prices started to come down, but the $1 Million homes were still strong. Well, we saw the numbers. We saw why the $1 Million homes are still strong, because a lot of them were being purchased through cashback deals and not solid buyers. And that's why there was a lag time, and we predicted this. And we were predicting this. They say, hey, your numbers the current numbers don't substantiate what you're currently saying. Well, we don't base our numbers and our predictions off the current situation. We base our numbers off the current numbers that are being produced right then at that time and how they're going to show up down the road. And just as we predicted, 12 to 18 months from when we made that prediction, the $1 Million home started collapsing.
Hi, I'm Kendall Trotter.
And I'm Steve Hawks.
Thanks for tuning in to this edition of the Las Vegas Real Estate Update. Today's update is going to be about something that we've never talked about before. It's the luxury home market. Steve was quoted in the paper about a week ago, I believe, with a couple other top listing agents of luxury homes, and they were stating about how the market of the luxury home market was pretty much immune to what was going on in the economy, and they're still selling and they're still getting their price, and they haven't taken a hit like much of our other standard inventory that we have. And Steve had a different opinion, and what was the name you called it there?
The $1 Million Massacre.
The $1 Million Massacre.
Prices are getting butchered.
Steve, are we going to see, I mean, obviously, common sense would tell you that what's happening in the middle class market will have to sooner or later roll over to the luxury home market.
Yeah, it's funny. Nobody's immune to it. Nobody. No one's ever immune to any kind of economic downturn. And right now, we're already starting to see signs of the $1 Million market starting to literally crash, because 40-50% is a crash. The homes that are going to be hit the hardest are the ones in the semi-custom, guard-gated ones on the golf course communities. We're already seeing it's not going to happen. It's happening right now. 1.4, 1.5 million dollar homes are now 600, 700,000. Yes, there are some homes that are selling for 15 million, 10 million, 9 million, but there are 400 or 500 of them available. So yeah, there's $3 million homes a week being sold, but there's 300 available. The ratio, it's a 20-year, 10-year, 15-year supply.
Well, let's talk about that for a second. We've talked a lot about mortgage fraud in our previous videos, and according to you, there's been a lot of mortgage fraud in that market.
Right. I know of one incident. One realtor this person worked with more than one realtor, but this particular person bought 50 homes, all above $1 million, in Seven Hills, Lake Las Vegas, and Anthem Country Club, and McDonald Highlands. 50 with this one realtor, bought probably over 150, 200 $1 million homes. All of them got cash back, averaged anywhere from $500 to $1 million cash back. So that one realtor and that one person, that's 50 foreclosures we're going to have in that little area from that one.
Which can really hurt a neighborhood.
Yeah, and he did 200. This person did 200, and there's a lot of groups like this. I had a listing on Villa Rica. It was $2.8 million. I got an offer for $4.8 with $2 million cash back. Well, my seller didn't take it, but other homes on the street did. Well, now we have about 4 or 5 foreclosures on the street.
So you got a listing for $2.8 million. And let's say it was worth 2.8, maybe he's a little negotiable, 2.6. He gets an offer of 4.8.
Right.
And somebody's getting $2 million in their pocket on one transaction.
Right.
Unbelievable. So somebody just became a millionaire in about 30 days.
Yeah. Well, look at the foreclosures that are going to be appearing on Villa Rica and Seven Hills. Not every single foreclosure on Villa Rica is going to be attributed to that, but you will see a lot of foreclosures on Villa Rica that were due to mortgage fraud. I'm not going to say exactly which ones, but it'll be quite obvious.
Right. So,
and Terracina, Seven Hills, Anthem Country Club had a lot. Red Rock Country Club had a lot. Lake Las Vegas is a disaster because of it.
Yes, there's a lot of vacancies on Lake Las Vegas right now. from mortgage fraud? A lot of that went on out there?
I would say 70% of the $1 million homes in Lake Las Vegas that were sold in 2007 were mortgage fraud.
Wow. So, if you own one of these homes, you may be there for a while. However, if you're looking to buy one of these homes,
Well, yeah, if you live in that community and you think it's a problem, the way you can tell is if someone buys a house, moves in, and it's foreclosed on, or they don't make a payment, they're already in default in the first 6 months. If someone buys a $1 million home and they're in default within the first 6 months, well, most likely, if there wasn't some kind of family disaster or something, there's an 80-90% chance that was fraud. Because very rare can someone buy a $1 million home and not afford all of a sudden 3 or 6 months payments.
right. However, we're not seeing that much of it in established luxury neighborhoods. Like the places that you were talking about are mostly newer construction.
Right, because they could do a bunch of them at a time. Like the
Right.
Fountains, you don't see that many. Quail Ridge, the
Legacy.
Right, Canyon Gate. You don't see, you see a couple here and there, but not whole blocks or whole streets because there wasn't a lot of new homes built. They could go, the group could go to one builder and do 3 or 4.
So a lot of these agents that are in the newspaper talking about how good the luxury home market is, maybe 30, 60 days from now could be singing a different tune.
Probably 6 months. The reason why it takes a little bit longer is because these banks do not want to take back these $3 or $4 million homes.
Well,
because
look
it
how
goes
much
on their books.
they're losing.
Yeah, and it goes on their books right away, and then the maintenance of these things, they're besides themselves. I mean, that's why WAMU's taking a hit, because WAMU did a lot of these loans. They did 10% stated loans. They just put 10% down, and, that was it.
And let's not forget the new qualifying requirements. If you want to buy one of these, I personally showed a house in McDonald Highlands a week ago that was $625,000, and it sold for over $1 million in 2006.
Yeah.
And that's easy numbers, 40% different. And everybody else on that street, it was a semi-custom Toll Brothers, which is an upscale builder. However, $625,000, the least expensive sale in there probably since 2002, 2003 maybe.
Well, in addition to all that supply going on the market, you got to put 15 to 25% down to get a jumbo loan. Plus, the rate is a point to 2 points higher, and the guidelines are a lot more stringent. So you have a huge increase in supply, and then the demand is becoming almost non-existent.
So this could be in Las Vegas the $1 million massacre, like you named it. So we probably have a different opinion from a lot of people out there that you'll talk to, and saying that this market has been shielded because the saying in the real estate circles is if you have money, you have money, and it doesn't matter what if gas is $4 a gallon. However, we're thinking that it is going to matter, and we're going to see big drops in luxury homes, hundreds of thousands of dollars.
We'll know 6 months in this video if I was right or wrong.
We're usually right. I think we're running out of time. I'm Kendall Trotter.
I'm Steve Hawks.
Thanks for tuning in.